So today it's all about to upcycle this bag or like repairing this bag since it has like major damage on the inner lining because I washed it once with the washing machine, and I guess you're not supposed to do that, or the inner lining is just really weak. It has like a pocket inside, and let's repair this bag. Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel Nature with xsteffi, and today it's all about repairing this bag and me talking about my personal sustainable lifestyle and how I handle things, upcycling, reusing, repairing, and all that sort of stuff. So let's get into it. You do not see that, but I wear like a dress where there is this hole because it's supposed to be like a button. It's supposed to be like another button here because I'm a woman and I have breasts like normal women do, and this clothing piece is not meant for ones with a bigger chest. So I think it's a good example to show you that you can still wear it if you add an extra button here. You can also wear it more comfortably. So we will sew in a button first. So let's do this. Full of buttons. I actually do not own many simple buttons. I only have like fancy ones. And I'm thinking about this button. It's a little bit, I can show you it in here because it's all a button-up dress. Like it's almost the same size, it's just a different color. And like I wouldn't mind that because if you're living a sustainable life, you sometimes look a little bit like a colorful chicken, but that doesn't matter. At least it doesn't hurt my pocket, my wallet pocket, and Mother Earth not so much. Well, these white ones I can't use, but they have simple buttons. Looking if I have something else I've got, like this jar full of buttons. But these are all fancy ones. Maybe I'm unlucky, and I think this is a too big one. That would fit very well, but it's too big. I'm going to show quick if there is any button I could use. Another button that would go better than the one I already have, but it's too big. Another button, but it's also a little bit too big. Nope. I don't have any suitable buttons, so we will go with this little gray one because it's almost the same size and the same feature with the 4 button holes in here, like the 4 holes in here. And yes, let's show in this button. And I just thought of this glass because there was like some, let me see the name of the company, because there was just, I think, like a chocolate cream in it, and I kept it, and now it's a container for my buttons. So always keep your jars if they're, oh no, my button, oh god, if they're pretty much clean, you can put things in it. And if you put them in a drawer like here, you do not care about that. It's an easy and simple way to storage things without buying any more containers. So this is first one. Keep your jars to take them as containers. Pretty easy and pretty well, great too. And even your little plastic boxes, because my mom and I used to have like some spread in here for breakfast spread. I do not know how to call it actually. And we have lots of these containers. We will just keep them, and as you see, here are some buttons and here are some more buttons. And I think I also have one of these laying around where I collect my threads from sewing that I can put it into a bigger bucket. So also keep these, even if they are plastic, but it's better to use them more often, and like there's no harm. The buttons do not eat the plastic or anything. You can store things in it, and even if it's plastic, it doesn't mean it has to be like thrown away immediately, or you should not keep plastic things because they're plastic and plastic is evil. Yes, plastic is not the best option we have, but if you have to buy something, or if you already have plastic containers at home, reuse them. A simple and easy way to store things. And even if it's just like, not everything has to be aesthetic and clean. I like a little messy but sustainable and eco-friendly version of everything than usual. But let's get back into sewing this little button in. Yes, and you do not use cotton yarn. It's polyester 100% because it's just more durable and stronger. And these are also out of plastic. I do not know what I'm going to do with the empty ones because I've collected a few now, but I'm keeping it until an idea pops up in my mind. I also have these ones. These are like really old because they're actually made in Austria, and you see they are wooden, and they probably are cotton or any other natural fibers. And I'm not sure about that one, but I have also black one, and these are like really not durable. Maybe because of the age of it, or just because it's a natural fiber, I do not know. But I also try to use them all up, but only for my stuff, because I do not dare to do this on my business things. I had white ones that were also on the plastic thing, and they hold pretty great. Maybe it's probably because of the age of it, because over age they will just, I don't know, dissolve. I don't know. But let's make my dress now. It's nice. Oh, and for getting the chalk markings off, you use another piece of fabric and you just rub it on. This is like the best way, as you see, for getting chalk off of pieces, especially if you're just doing something like that. See, and now we were just going to open it up. A nice buttonhole. I'm back. Um, I have now this little pretty much close with the button and you do not even see it. Like you see a slight difference of the buttons, but other than that, you do not see it. So I'm pretty proud of myself because of that. And I do not know where I need to look a little bit. Where I need to look. But anyways, we're on to making this bag pretty again. So let's start with the bag. I just made some photos and you see the damages in here. Only on that side, on the other side is pretty normal. And yes, it has like this button, I hope you can see it, this button where this is attached to. And so what we have to do is to detach the whole inner lining that I can make a new one. I already prepared the fabric. It's this fabric. I hope you can see it. I hope you see that because I do not know if you see that. And yeah, this will be the new inner lining. But first I'm going to undo the button things here so I can like sew it on again. I will mark it on the outside so I do not forget. So, well, I consider my life a sustainable life just due to the fact that I try my best to reduce waste, garbage, things I have to throw away or no normal people or they would usually been thrown away, to reuse them, to do something different with them, to just upcycle them, repair them, and these kinds of things. To that, and besides that, I also make some essentials for myself, like a pad. Oh well, I make like a deo cream, a deodorant. I also make my own toothpaste powder. I'm using that for quite a while now. I think some years, like 1 or 2 years. I make my own soap. This is that is I'm making that since I left my normal school education. Before I did an intense course of 1 year for pretty enjoy making soap, but I don't have to make soap like every month or every few months because I make like a batch, and out of that batch are going to be like 15 bars of soap, different kinds depending on which oils I have at home or which oils I've used. And I still have like a stash of soap from 1 or 2 years ago. But the best thing is soap doesn't go bad, so you can still use it even after some years. I also like make my own hair soap due to the fact that I do not wash my hair like every week. I'm washing my hair it's like at least every there's at least a time period of a month before I wash my hair, even longer than that, because I keep my hair clean. And I'm going to pin some pins down here that I know where the button will go again. And I think, oh no, this looks like terrible. So I make soap, which I can use for everything, for my face, for that. These does ananas. Made like a cleaning soap, which is really great for washing dishes. So pretty much you can do pretty much if you know how to make soap and if you're confident making soap, because if not, you should not be making soap, since if you're comfortable with making soap and if you've done it under a teacher or someone who's just showing it to you before, because we did like 1 or 2 years in school, so I can say I'm pretty much confident. Is this like sewn on? Pretty much confident with making soaps. But I also, what do I also make? My own lip balm for my lips. I use their like, I have like some little metal containers, like little round ones, and plastic, normal hard plastic, or whatever they're made of, tubes that are refillable. So I have like 4 or 5 of them laying around all over my room, and my car is one, because my lips get pretty much dry, especially when I'm nervous or when I'm out, then it's really bad, and I just do not want to get cracked up lips, so I keep one everywhere. And when most of them are empty or almost empty, I make a new batch and just refill them. And I think I've refilled them like 3 to 4 times already. So we'll use them until they're broken or they do not serve their purpose anymore. Yeah. Back when I got these tubes, it was like somewhere where I didn't thought of this, because I was, I don't know how old, 16, 17 years old. I think 16, 15, 16 years old. And I didn't thought of it much. But as you get older, as you get more information, be interested in it more, you see it a little bit different. And I detached it and just going to clean it up now. And the thing about living a sustainable life is also, if you already have something that is not as sustainable or eco-friendly as it could be, you do not need to throw it away, or you should not throw it away. You should like keep it, like in my case these lip balm cases, you should keep them and use them. Just use them over and over again until they do not live anymore, until you cannot use them again. So really, living a sustainable life is also that you use the things you already have. Yeah, just use the things you already have instead of buying new ones and throwing these maybe non-eco-friendly things away and then buy a more sustainable option. This is also if you're switching out your shampoo to like bar soaps, or your body lotion to a bar body lotion, or the stuff that is available at the market, or making your own stuff. Just even if you know it's not the most sustainable what you're using it now, just use it up and then switch out to a more eco-friendly version of it, because this is just a more sustainable way than wasting the things you already have, even if they are not as sustainable as they could be. This is just things I make, and there are a lot more. I make salves, tinctures. I also want to make like my own tea, because I have like this one tea that I love to drink in the morning and in the evening, or whenever I want to have some tea, because it's like fruity and really refreshing, but it's so expensive. And I'm thinking about making my own teas too. I already doing that, like I have a stash of herbs too. I've collected the past year or this year, just if I have like an emergency, like my tummy aches, or I have period cramps, or a headache, or I feel like stress. You can use herbal tea for literally everything, but I make almost everything I can put my mind in. I'm going to make myself. Yeah, I make different kinds for my skin, for my hair, for my body care, all for myself. The next thing before I'm going to like make something, the next thing that is making your own food. Like, we barely buy anything anymore because it seems like there's nothing we want to eat that's suitable for my and my mom's lifestyle anymore. So we barely buy anything. We usually just buy some fruits, some vegetables, or other like raw things, like just the basic stuff. Like, we barely buy any food that is processed, and we have our own garden from this year. We had some years where we didn't have a garden at all because we moved away, moved into a flat. In the last year we had a little garden, and now we just harvest our own food. We made lots of tomato sauce, and there's still a bunch of tomatoes in my little foil tunnel and in my mom's little tomato house too. So just do a little gardening and have some food of your own that you do not need to buy in the store. It also like reduces the plastic waste because most things are packed into plastic. But if you need to buy things in plastic, then, or if you need to buy something in the store, then just see if there are any glass container options, paper options, or if you need to buy something with plastic, then just see that you recycle it later. And making your own food like we did, tomato sauce. I also try to begin again with making some noodles because I actually like making noodles and I like eating noodles, so that matches perfectly. Yeah, these are like the food and body things that go into my body, onto my body. Make usually the most of it myself, or just look that it's more organic, or that it's organic food that we buy with less waste, with eco-friendly packaging, and where we know what's in it, and not so much processed food as we did before. And we would get onto the topic of sustainable fashion, or what you're wearing on your body. But I'm just going to, yeah, trying to cut out this so you won't see me again. You will see how I'm going to cut this, and then me talking. I hope you would not be confused about this, but let's do this. Something off the table. I'm going to iron my, yeah, I have to iron it. I do not like it. I'm going to iron my pieces and I'm back. I said I'd be right back, and I meant after ironing, but I thought that this would be a great time talking about where I get these fabrics from. I got them from an elderly lady, which was once a tailor, and she cannot sew with her hands anymore because they're swollen up a little bit. And she just cannot hand stitch the things anymore, and she was very much into patchworking, so she did hand sew it down before really sewing it. so she couldn't use them anymore, and she put them on a platform called Willhaben, which is mainly in Austria but also in Germany. And there were a lot of fabric scraps. I have them in a different kind of box where I kept all of them, and a bunch, like really a bunch. If you've watched other videos of me, you maybe also already have seen that I have like a big box, and in one part of our closet what we have in front of our main door, it's also a bunch of it, and in my closet as well, because I have like a lot of fabric. So I bought them actually secondhand. Someone other could not use it anymore or did not want to use it anymore, depending on the situation, and I bought it. So secondhand shopping in any kind of things. You can also, ceramics is really, in my region, is really something you can find in secondhand, in thrift shops all the time. Fabric sometimes, clothing as always. You can find so many cool clothing items. In the stores you think like you're in a real high-end clothing store, because there's so many, sometimes even luxury brands that are sold for really little money. So it's always worth, if you're looking for something specific like I do, like I have a whole closet full of clothes made by my own, that I made, that I thrifted, that I have now for several years, that I bought new. It's always depending on what you're looking for. Last time I was looking for a white shirt, so I did look at a thrift store first, because buying it anywhere else, and if you really need it, you can always buy it at the... No, it is hot. Stop this. Do. Oh, do. My little kitty cat. I like my kitty cat. You can always buy it new, but then you should look, or then I look, it's like my personal sustainable life. I always see that it's something that I can wear more than once, that I will wear more than once, or otherwise I'm not buying it. Because I have so many clothes already that I actually do not need new clothes for the next 10, 15 to 20 years. And I'm not exaggerating it. It's just that I have a really lot of clothes, and I also make some myself, because I want to make like some wrapping pants in like that's supposed to be my next project. So I really make my clothes by myself, for my own, with my own hands, from these second-hand fabrics. So this is also more eco-friendly than using like new bought fabric, and new bought fabric is also very expensive. So it's better for you, for the environment, and for your pockets, for yourself and for the environment. It is better that you just buy secondhand fabric, or just buy clothes or skirts that are made of beautiful fabric and just use that. So always see if you find something in your thrift store first before buying it new, and if you really need it or really want it, then just wear it until it has a big hole in the bag, or if it's no longer wearable. And for clothes, it's also important to fix them, like I did with my buttons, like, or just add something, upcycle them, or add something new that you will wear them a little longer. It's like really not that hard, but it just takes up sometimes a lot of time, or more time than most people have or willing to give. It's all about if you if you want something, or if you just lazy and say, nah, do not have time. Even if you have plenty of time, try to reuse things as much as possible. Reuse them until they're like dead. I always say that they're dead because I cannot wear them any longer. Just try to use the things you have until the very end. Until the only thing that I really buy new is underwear, because I haven't figured out how to make it yourself, or haven't tried it yet. And maybe I won't ever do that. I'm probably sure I will do that sometime, but right now I'm like not doing this. And just use the clothes you already have, like upcycle them, or if you really do not want them anymore, donate them instead of throwing away. So yeah, this is about the clothes, and I think this is pretty much of my sustainable life. And if you're asking about my cat, because having a pet can mostly not always be sustainable. This is the last topic that I'm going to talk about, and then I will just finish the bag. So about having pets, living a sustainable lifestyle, and being vegan is like for me, one of the complicated, more one of the most complicated topics. As you know, I'm vegan. This is also more sustainable than eating meat and the other dairy products and eggs, and I really do not like the taste anymore, to be honest. And this is like, I have a cat which depends on specific vitamins, specific minerals, specific specific nutrients she needs. It's a she. Never mind. So I really need to see that she gets that, while it is, and that it is okay with my ethics and with the way I live, and is more sustainable than other things. The most parts are probably the cat litter and the food. I need to say, I still buy like those little snacks for her that comes in plastic, but I'm making sure that I recycle it really clear, like wash it out, rinse it out, dry it, and then put it into the plastic bin, the plastic waste bin. I wish there was a more eco-friendly version of it. Maybe I'm going to look once I'm going shopping again, because this is also something that's important to say, or just to get clear. I do not go shopping as often as some other people, like maybe once a month when I need things. And I also do like online shopping, especially for my business, because I get their stuff more specific what I need. If I do not get it in the store, I always see if I can get this specific one in the store for a cheap price and for good quality, and then go on the internet and see if I can get it there for cheaper, better quality, or more specific that I need when I do not get it in the store. And the main food that my cat gets, it's like dry food, because most of the, I'm calling it wet and dry food, do not be confused about it, because it's the only terms that I know can go with cat food. Because in most of the wet foods are also like sugar, grains, and things the cat do not need, that are also can be a risk for their health. And the plastic packaging, it's of course it's plastic because paper, it would leak through if it's wet. And they have their like, I think a 7.5 kilogram of cat food, like a big, and those come into, like, it's a paper bag. It's a big paper bag from 7.5 kilograms of dry cat food. And do not come at me with my cat needs to stay hydrated. I have a really easy trick that I recently found out, and I hope, yeah, my cat still lives, and I'm doing this like for a couple of months now during the hot period, that I give her some dry food and put in her bowl water. She usually drinks the water in the bowl, because in that bowl where a little bit of the dry food is, more, or like as soon as I put the water with the dry food in her bowl, because of the taste from the food in the water, and the rest of it will be soaked up by the dry food, which makes the dry food a wet, kind of wet food, which hydrates the cat more. So do not come at me with that, and do not come at me that this is a health risk, because I do not see the problem about the food being soaked into something when it's eaten up almost immediately or during 2 to 5 hours. So I think, in my opinion, there's no problem with it, and my cat seems to be more happier and hydrated than ever. And for the cat litter, I also have like a sustainable option. It's also a big paper bag, again a big one, around 17.5 kilograms of cat litter, which is not chemical. It's also made from natural fibers, and both cat food and cat litter comes in paper bags, so it can be easily recycled. Yeah, this is for my sustainable pet owners. Oh yeah, and I think this was pretty much it. But of course, I want to show you the rest of me making my bag, or like the inner lining of the bag. So let's just do this. But I'm already saying bye to you guys, so you can just enjoy watching it. And if you do not want to watch the end of it, if you just wanted to listen to me talk about my sustainable life, how I handle things, and nothing more, then you can just turn it off. But do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you want more, to see more of the content. And do not forget to like this video, of course, and comment down below how you liked this kind of video, and what you do in your sustainable life, or if you even trying to live a sustainable life. Just comment down below in the comments, and we will see us next time. Bye. And we're going onto the bag.